What's up, YouTube? It's Quick here with the band Lost Experience, coming back at you with another video. I'm gonna do something different, and I would love to tell you this is the first take, but I wasn't really comfortable with the first take, so this is gonna be the second take, and it's gonna be a little bit different than normal. You'll see some edits and whatnot in it, so I can make everything like fit together. But you guys seen that opening video here. I was recorded for maybe about a week ago, and it was a very off day, you know, singing a lot that day, yeah, more or less, but been having some struggles, and I want to talk about that. So I thought maybe I'll show you this video and we'll talk about some vocal things, and we'll do a real talk with Quick and Lost Experience. But yeah, I have some concerns, and there were some concerns after I got sick, that my voice wasn't okay, and I'm having a lot of struggles. So I've never been the best singer, but I can carry a note and I carry a melody, and the R&B stuff, you know, it was pretty much more my thing, with the harmonizing and can't stop, I can't stop, how I feel. I'm thinking about you, thinking about me, thinking about us, girl. Or proving that I can hit the higher notes, like when Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, when Jesus washed my sins away. Oh, talking about happy days. I'm probably gonna edit those out. Well, I need to go over all the different things, but R&B was really kind of more my thing, and obviously Lost Experience. I mean, it's an open forum, but we don't do a lot of R&B, and that's okay, because I want to experiment. We're gonna gain that experience and do a lot of stuff. But I used to be in a a cappella group back in high school, and that was cool. I mean, that was years ago at this point, and I was second lead in that, and it was a cool little thing we used to do. You know, church music and things of that nature. Yeah. But it was cool. And after that was done, and sometime in my adult years, and I just really just stopped singing in general, just altogether. And I started to realize when I got back into like poetry, like some vocal poetry and stuff, like more melodic stuff, that if you don't use it, you lose it, right? So went to a couple of things saying, didn't get booed, but I got booed on the back end. That's all good. But I was not the same vocalist. Fine. Okay. So we started the band. And I didn't really want to sing. And granted, I could sing every so often if I put some effort into it. But I didn't really want to sing. Our lead singer was there. And I wanted to just do the rhythms and some cool, like, whatever with it. But maybe do a couple songs. But then I got into a position where I'm going to start practicing. I'm going to start singing again. And that's going to be cool. So, but I didn't really sing and play the guitar, so I practiced with that. So that was the thing. And I took some vocal lessons so I can get back to where I think conceptually, base level I should be. And that was great. I was getting to the point where I was getting comfortable with the songs and things, and I had some ideas and a lot of potential, right? Then I got sick sometime in February, which is interesting because I never get sick. And I got really sick. I was out of work for 10 days. I was probably sick for 2 weeks. And they say it was the flu when I eventually went to the hospital or urgent care after 4 days. Yeah, leave your comments in the video making fun of me, how long it takes me to do things. Eventually they said it was a flu, but lots of people were getting sick around that same time, and there was a scare about this disease. Everyone, you guys know what the pandemic's about. That's been going on. That it might have been that. Anyway, long story short, I'll never know if I had that, but I've never been that sick before. Antibody tests after a few months are gone, so it is what it is. Anyway, moving on from that. I got sick, and my voice wasn't the same anymore, even at my worst. So it took a lot of effort to get back to where I think baseline I should be at, right? And I was starting to do some karaoke events with some people. I was doing, Facebook groups, and that was cool. And then went and when I was about 80% and did all that, and that was great. And did a couple of those. And then we did one where I'm not going to tell you the place, but it was pretty lit for what we were trying to do, and it was just there was no one really there. It was those offhanded karaoke nights, so just me and a group of 4 or 5 people. We were just doing song after song after song after song. So, 10, 15 songs and no one else is going up, it's just us. And that was real cool. Except it wasn't. The sound there was terrible bad. And no monitors, whatever. But I couldn't hear myself, which is the issue. And I wanted to hear myself because the songs I'm working on to get back to where to be. So how do you hear yourself? And with a crappy mic and sound system being mediocre, you use really bad technique and you scream into the mic, right? That's probably not the answer, but that's what I did, and I understood that. As the night progressed, and I got that raspy growl and all this craziness that I do sometimes, and my voice progressively got worse and weaker. Makes sense, right? It got to the point where I'm doing like Broken Wings by Mr. Mister, right? I'm like, take these broken wings, learn to again, learn to. So that was it. No more singing for that night. Fast forward a few days later, I decided to rest my voice, and I went to a club thing. It's a goth club thing, because obviously I'm super goth. You clearly can tell. It was a cool thing. So I went to this goth night, and how do you talk at a club? You yell. You talk really loud. So after about an hour of that, I got to a point where my voice just completely gave out for 10, 20 minutes, who knows. But I literally lost my voice. Could not speak at all, like a lick. Scary. Anyway, so I took a few days off of work. Rested my voice, didn't speak at all. Did all those little things, tea and honey and salt water rinses, all the whole 9 yards. And then I got to the point where I'm okay again, ish. A couple weeks later, I started singing again, and something's wrong. I had to press a little harder to get the sounds that I normally get. It was really hard to project in general. The diaphragm, push the diaphragm. But it was weird, and I used to get these pains in my side of my throat even when I wasn't singing. I thought it was laryngitis or some infection, and I took some amoxicillin with my doctor when I eventually went. It takes me a while to do that stuff, right? And amoxicillin worked-ish, but it didn't. And I was freaking out because eventually some of the pain stuff went away, and I would get these drying sound, I feel very, not winded, but like cotton mouth when I sung, and then just lost phonation, couldn't go whatever. Couldn't do that. It was just dry. And that sucks. So eventually I went to an ENT. Just before that, tried all the home remedies stuff, everything, even from eucalyptus. I have really bad allergies, so really bad allergies gives me apnea, right? Not super overweight, but super fit last year, but then COVID season happened. Anyway, Um, I have apnea, right? So I'd sleep with a machine, right? CPAP machine, great. So I've been looking at some type of other herbal substance and stuff you can use with that, and I was doing eucalyptus oils and stuff, right? But since the CPAP machine has the humidifier, you put a drop or two in there. Um, Apparently, you shouldn't do that. If you use eucalyptus oil or something like that, you have to like put it on the side of the vents, more or less, and just have it blow in. It shouldn't put in a humidifier, because even though the water is not directly going in your nose, but how like the humidifier works, it can blow droplets up your nose, and apparently that's really bad for your lungs and your vocal cords. I found out later. Stupid, right? Do you want to do every single thing, research as much as I can, but then you miss something. So that might have affected my voice too, and I wasn't necessarily getting better, but eventually I did, ish. And I went to an ENT because it wasn't 100%. I expressed all my concerns at length, even more than what I'm doing right now with you. Just more detailed, more concise, because I have notes. I don't have any notes. Super dismissive, didn't like it. Eventually shoved that thing down my throat and said, your vocal cords look good. Everything looks good. Okay. Sigh of relief. I'm like, because I was concerned about all these things that I told you 20 minutes ago. That there'd be polyps. And I used the word polyps before. And I said, I thought maybe there'd be polyps or something on there because of all these issues I've been having and whatnot. You know what he says to me? After saying everything's good, he's like, there are some small polyps in your left vocal cord. What do you mean, Isn't that be the first thing you said? I'm like, well, things don't look too bad. Maybe like there's some small polyps, you should do this and it'll heal. Like, I knew there was a problem and he didn't want to tell me. Freaked me out. So I had to keep asking questions. And then after that, then he was telling me the polyps in your left vocal cord. You can definitely see some redness down there. And I was telling him about this pain in my, I think I had laryngitis or something. Who knows? And he's like, the pain and strain and stuff here. It's just neck tension because of just neck tension. Is more or less what he said. He gave me a couple things that I could do for that. He said to use good technique. I mentioned about technique and whatnot, and then you should be all right. So, because I'm looking for everything possibly that could be good, I tended to take the good out of that, right? Oh, cool. There's nothing irreversible. Small polyps, right? Which are like a little cyst on your throat, if you don't know what those are. A little cyst on your vocal cords, which you shouldn't have. Bad. It can ruin singing careers. You can be out of singing for a long time. But small ones, little rest, correct technique, no strain on the vocal cords themselves, they can heal. Okay, so I was of the mind that I'm okay. I'm just gonna have some struggles to stretch a little more and go from there. But the more and more I think about it, he was really dismissive and he wasn't a good doctor. So I got to go back again at some point in the future. But I don't have those problems where my voice is drying out anymore. Now I have this weird kind of strain thing, but it's not like a pain strain. It's like a loose phonation, and I can clearly feel it in my throat a lot of the times. And so I've been trying some other stuff like laryngeal, whatever. I might edit that in and put the right word in there. Laryngeal massage. Anyway. And some other stuff, and some straw phonation, exercise while breathing, and it's been working for the most part, but I'm not 100%. And I'm super inconsistent, and I break a lot more. I never broke on simple, like, notes, and like a C4 I would break. Not that it matters to a lot of you folks, but bass line sounds and stuff for a male singer would not. Didn't break a lot unless I hit like super high, like a F sharp 5. Yes, I can do F sharp 5. I'm not gonna prove it right now, but I have some concerns, and you can see some of my struggles in the before video, and I just wanted to talk about. Don't give up hope. I'm gonna definitely get more things checked out and stuff. I think I have something called MTD, muscular tension dysphonia. Hopefully it's not, and maybe just having some residual issues from when I got sick and messed up my vocal cords with bad technique. Maybe that's what it is, and eventually everything will get better and better. But months and months and months and months, it is getting better, but different issues, not really. But regardless, we're gonna gain that experience, and I'm gonna keep doing new things. But thanks for taking the time to watch my video. It's a really long video this time around, which is not something I normally do without music. But stay tuned for the next video, and we'll see what's gonna happen. I got all these ideas for the videos in the future, and I don't want to just be a rehearsal videos kind of nature. I've got some ideas. It'll be cool. I'm not gonna be super involved, but I'm gonna definitely keep you guys involved with what's going on here on my side projects and such, and the band stuff. And yeah, stay tuned. Level up with Buzz, gain that experience.